Hello.
Harry.
Hello.
Hey, hey.
Hello.
Hi, hi. I got a surprise for you today.
What is it?
What surprise? Tyson?
That's no
Hi.
surprise. That's a disaster. Tyson is a disaster. He's not a surprise.
No, he's not. He's pretty cute.
How can you guys say that? Tyson.
And he's right.
Because he is. Because he is.
You guys should start the Tyson fan club.
We should. That sounds good.
That sounds good. The Tyson fan club. And you would tell your friends.
Let's make a line group.
You would tell your friends, I'm a member of the Tyson fan club. And all your friends would look at you like, oh, God.
No, Tyson is. Right after this class, I'm going to make a line group called Tyson Fan Club.
Fan page.
Welcome to Tyson Fan Club. If anybody hates Tyson, kick them out of the group.
That sounds pretty nice.
Tyson, Moisha's got a fan page, so maybe I get my wife to start Tyson a fan page.
Wow.
I don't know why Moisha's got a fan page. I don't know that.
Wait, how?
I don't understand that one at all. All right. What do we got? What do we got? We got about 2 minutes. Let everybody come. Other class, they wanted to have story today.
I want to start today.
So we're gonna do the. We got time. We got plenty of time. So we're gonna do the story today too.
Yay!
Yay! Oh my Lord! Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yay!
I want you to. You'll learn new vocabulary. You'll practice your listening skills, and you'll learn something horrible. A few things horrible. The other class, they were just going. And I would ask them a question about the story, and they would just go, no, I would not do that. No.
I'm still eating. I'm not finished eating yet.
Okay.
People like before the stories, I want story who think it will be horrible, and then after the story, they'll be like,
Bleh, bleh. You got to have a bucket. You bring your bucket.
I don't have any buckets.
Teacher, Nam Fong, she had a little trash can about this big, and Nam Fong was holding the trash can the whole story. And he would get to certain parts of the story, she'd just go.
I just ate. So that won't be
You
interesting.
will learn a lot of history if you listen to it, and you'll learn a lot about culture, American culture and history from a long time ago. And you'll learn some new vocabulary words, and you also practice your listening skills. And one day you may be at a party and it may be boring, and you'll start to tell this story to people. And people at the party will look at you and go, how many we got? We got 19 people. 20 people. All right. I think we got enough. Are you ready? Are you ready?
yes.
Let me make room here on my screen. And the first person who throws up on the camera, I'm gonna kill you, okay? Don't do that. All right. The name of this story is The Donner Party. And the subtitle is, What Do You Eat When You Get Very Hungry? Now, when I say party here, I mean group. We are talking about a group of people, okay? The Donner Party was a group of people. But before we start talking about the Donner Party, we're going to talk about America in the 1840s, and we're going to talk about Indians. Does anybody like to learn about American Indians? Does anybody think that's interesting?
Indians.
Yeah.
Mr. Barry, do we have a test about this?
It won't be a test. I may ask you some questions, but it will not be a test. No.
Okay.
Now, I'll tell you that later. Yeah. A lot of people like to learn about American Indians. They think they are interesting. I think so too. On my father's side, there's American Indians. I will show you later.
Oh.
But we come from the nice tribe. We were called the civilized tribe because we had our own writing. We could write and everything. But some of the tribes, and I will show you today, they were not nice people. They were very, very bad people. And I will show you why they were bad people. Okay, so let's get started. Here we go. In 1840, in the 1840s, gold was discovered in California. They found out there was a lot of gold out there, and it was just laying in the rivers and on the land. And if you could get there, they told you if you could get there, you could just pick up gold, walk around and pick up gold all day. Do you believe that is true?
No.
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 Yes. Not really.
It was not true. You could find gold, but you had to work. Many people got what they called gold fever. That's where all they could think about was gold. I'm going to California. I'm going to get me some gold. I'm going to be rich. And people came from many parts of the world with the idea of getting rich. People came from England, Ireland, France, Germany, China. People came from everywhere. And all they were thinking is, I'm going to get me some gold. Now, there was a couple ways you could get the gold. You could dig in the mine, or you could go panning in the river. And people did this. Now, okay, let me show you. I think I got some pictures. This is the first picture. You see the pink? You see the pink area?
Yes.
That was America. The rest of this was not America. You see where it says Republic of Texas? Texas was its own country. And you see all the way to the left, where it says Mexico. That's California. Mexico owned that land, not America. America didn't own that. And you see down here, like I said, Republic of Texas. That was their own country. Texas was not part of America. Now, do you see that brown area? It says unorganized. Lots and lots of Indians. So if you were coming from the east and going to California, you had to go through that area. And there was lots of Indians there. Some of them nice, some of them maybe nice, and some of them, oh my God, you did not want to see these people. I will tell you why, and I will show you why in a minute.
May I drink water?
Yeah, go drink water, man. Now, this was one way of getting gold. This is a real picture. You would have the water run down this thing. It's called a sluice. And the gold is heavier than rocks. So the gold would drop to the bottom. And you could get the gold. Look at them guys. They look like hard work. That was hard work. Very hard work. But some people got rich. Here's another way you could get gold. This was called panning. You would get some of the water from the river, at the bottom of the river. You would turn the pan around and around and around and around and around and around. And in the end, you might have some gold at the bottom of the pan. People still do this today.
I see in Thailand.
They do in Thailand?
Yes.
I know they do in America. They still do in South America, in Australia, in Alaska. People still do this. Okay, hold on. Now, when the people were coming from the east to the west, they're coming from the east, going to California, it could be very, very dangerous. There was many ways to die out there. You could run into outlaws. These were like cowboys or people who just rode around and they looked for people. And when they'd find you, they would take everything you have and kill you. You could die of hunger. Wouldn't be able to find food. You would starve to death. Some people couldn't find water and they died of thirst. And some people would catch diseases because their bodies would get weak and they would catch a disease and die. And you could die from wild Indians. Remember, there was a lot of Indians out here at this time, man. A lot. Now look at this. You see this? You see all these names on here? You see these names? All of them are tribes of Indians. Different tribes of Indians. Ooh, there's a lot of Indians. Yeah. You see the one up at the top, it says Blackfoot. Yeah. I used to know a girl. She was a Blackfoot Indian. She was very nice. And you see the one that says Crow. Crow Indians were very mean. If they found you, bye-bye.
Die.
And let's see, the Cheyenne Indians, if they found you, bye-bye. Let's see, the Omaha Indians, they were okay. They could be nice sometimes. The Pawnee Indians, bye-bye. You see the ones, the Kiowa Indians, they ate people. They would cook you and eat you. But the worst ones of all, the worst Indians of all, you see down at the bottom where it says Comanche. You see that?
Yeah, I see that.
Those were the ones everybody was scared of. Oh my God. Okay, listen to this. Sometimes like a family would be traveling to the west and the Comanches would come. And you know what the father would do? He would take his gun, he would shoot his wife, shoot his children, and then shoot himself. Because he did not want the Comanches to catch him. Think about that for a minute.
Why?
He would rather kill his family than have the Comanches catch his family and himself. Must have been pretty bad, huh? I'll show
What
you.
would they do?
I'll show you in a minute what they would do. The Comanches believed that if they caught you, they didn't want to just kill you. Nah, that's not good. They believed if they tortured you and if they could keep you alive for a long time and torture you, they would capture your spirit, your soul, and it would make them stronger. So when they would start torturing you, they would try to keep you alive for weeks and torture you. Sound fun?
No.
Ooh.
It's
Oh, in a minute, I'll tell you a couple ways they would torture you.
What is torture?
Torture, what is the word for torture? What is the Thai word for torture?
ทรมาน ทรมาน
Okay, everybody understand now? They would torture you as long as they could keep you alive. If they could keep you alive for 2 weeks, torturing you, they would do it. So if you saw them coming, would you shoot yourself or would you let them catch you?
Shoot yourself.
Yeah. One student in the last class, Eileen, she says, when I started telling her this, she goes, what could be worse than killing yourself? And then I started showing her the tortures. And she goes, I would kill myself. Yes, I would kill myself. All right. And I'm going to show you pictures of the Comanches too. Real pictures. These are the Indians on the plains. These are not Comanches. You see this buffalo here? The Indians loved the buffaloes. They loved them because the buffalo was everything to the Indian. I mean, this buffalo, this guy's killing this buffalo right now, this Indian. He's going to make clothes out of that buffalo, blankets out of that buffalo, tent to live in out of that buffalo. He's going to make food out of that buffalo. Their whole life was the buffalo. The buffalo was the most important thing. And there was, at
Buffalo.
this time in America, there was so many, there was millions and millions. You could not count them, how many buffalo there were. If a herd, sometimes a herd of buffalo would start walking by, and it would take 4 days for all the buffaloes to pass by. That's just one herd. There was millions of them. As the white people started coming, the white people would just kill them for fun. The Indians only killed them when they needed them. But the white people would just shoot them. Ha, ha, ha. I killed 25 buffalo today. Some people got famous for killing buffalo. Just to do it. Crazy. They almost killed all of them. It came to a point at one time in America where there was probably less than 500 buffalo left. Terrible. Now in America, there's more. They made it illegal to kill them, and people love them again now. Thank God. Okay, let's get ready. These are real Indians from the plains. These are not Comanches. These are real Indians. This is a real picture. What do you think? What do you think? You know where these Indians came from originally? You know where they come from?
No.
You're going to laugh. When I tell you this, you're going to say, no way. The Indians originally came from Asia. Same as you. Yeah. Up by Alaska. The water froze up there one time or a few times, and the people walked from Asia to Alaska and then walked down, and that became the Indians. A lot of people don't know that. Yeah, they came from Asia originally. They're like you. In my family, on my father's side, of my family, we come from, we have Cherokee Indians in my family. They were, like I said, they were nice Indians, though. Too nice. They got treated very badly. All right. Some tribes of Indians were peaceful sometimes. Some tribes would kill you if they saw you. The Comanche tribe was one of the tribes that everybody didn't want to run into. I told you, people would kill themselves when they saw the Comanches coming. They would just kill themselves. They were fierce. They believed that if they tortured you, the longer they could keep you alive, the more of your spirit they would get, and this would make them stronger. So, when they caught you, they would torture you. Let me show you a couple things.
Mr. Barry, how do they know that is the Comanche?
Oh, I'll show you a picture of the Comanches. They didn't look like other Indians, but that's a good question. That's a very good question. The Comanches were in a certain area, so you knew if you're going through that area, you might run into the Comanches. You could tell by the way they looked, and you will see. I'll show you. You see this right here, what this guy's doing? He says, I'll scalp him. When they scalp you, they take a knife and they cut you like this. They cut the top of your head off. And they keep your hair in your top of your head. And they show all their friends, look, I got 10 scalps. And all the friends go, yeah, you're a good guy, man. You're a good man. But that was a good way to die by the Comanches. Another thing they would do, okay, get ready, let me explain this. Another thing they would do the Comanches would tie you like this. They would tie your arms like this. Yes? Then they would dig a deep hole and stand you in the hole and put the dirt back in the hole with only your head out. Only your head was out like this. And then they would take little sticks, because they were in the hot sun in Texas and Oklahoma. They would take little sticks and they would put them in your eyes like this, so you couldn't close your eyes. And then they would leave you out there in the hot sun. And they may be riding by on their horse and they take a stick and hit you in the head as they ride by, just to laugh for fun. Ugh.
Rather die.
Oh, but that's not the bad one yet. You haven't seen the bad one yet. You ready for the bad one? This is the one I would not want. Look at Sydney. Sydney goes, I don't want to see. I don't want to see. Okay, let me show you. Now they got these things. Hold on. Let me say. Oh, these are Comanches. What do you think? Look like nice people?
There's
They have
actually a baby in there.
Oh, they got a little baby. Yeah,
Is that a real picture?
that's a real picture. That's real Comanche. That's real Comanche Indians.
Who take that picture?
Probably this picture was taken after they had been beaten, because finally the Comanches got beat. The army and everything came in and they just had, it took a long time, but they finally beat them. You see the way they're dressed? Hold on, let me show you something else. Okay, I'll show you something else. That's Comanche Indians. You like to have them guys come to your house for dinner?
I'll have to think about that one.
If you saw them guys coming, would you kill yourself? Yes, Sheriff says, yep, I think I would. Yep, I think I would. Oh, now we get to the good, now we get to the good torture, the way they like to kill you. And you would stay alive, you could stay alive for weeks like this. Okay, get ready. Now, in America, we have these things right here. They're called fire ants. You ever heard of these things? You ever heard of them? They got big pinchers right here, like this. And when they bite you, it feels like fire. It burns. That's why they call them
Mr.
fire.
Berry,
Yes.
Mr. Berry, where is the fire ants come from again?
Okay, good question. It used to be in America, they were down south and out west. When I was a little boy, my family went to Florida to visit my uncle. And I didn't know about fire ants. So I was sitting on the ground outside playing, and all these ants were going around, and I'm just looking at them. And the next thing I know, one of them bit me on the leg. And then one bit me on the arm. And then some more bit me. And I started screaming and crying. And my parents ran out of my uncle's house, and they had to take a water hose and pull my clothes off and put water all over me to get the ants off of me. And I was crying, because I mean, it burns. But to answer your question, Wawa, which is a good question. When I was a kid, Florida and Texas had fire ants. But now, every year, they come further north. And now they have them in Virginia. They just keep coming further north every year. And they build these big, when you know where they live, because there'll be a hole in the ground, but there'll be a lot of dirt piled up around the hole. Okay, you understand? You understand? Now, what the Comanches like to do, if they would catch you, they would find a hole where these fire ants lived. And they would tie you on your back on top of the hole. Then, again, they would put the sticks in your eyes so you couldn't shut your eyes. And then they might put honey or something sweet on your body. What do you think would happen?
they would eat. The fire ants will eat.
That fire ants would eat you.
That's terrible.
That's terrible. If one fire ant bites you, it hurts. If one bites you, it really hurts. And when they would do that, there would be thousands and thousands of them climbing all over you, eating your eyes, eating your skin. And you couldn't do nothing. All you could do is lay there and scream. And the Comanches would just be sitting around watching you because they believed the more torture you got and the longer you were alive, the stronger it made them.
When they die, they should be in hell.
Oh man, a lot of people.
Right now in hell, it's full of Comanches.
A lot of European people, they did not think the Comanche Indians were people. They thought they were like wolves or bears or animals. So they treat them very bad.
Mr. Barry,
Yes.
are today Comanche is alive?
Yeah, today, yeah. There's still Comanches in America, but they don't do like that anymore. The
Now
government,
they are nice.
huh?
Now are they nice?
They're very poor. They're very, very poor for the most part, but they don't kill people like that anymore. But
Yeah, that's good.
they're very, very poor. Look at these ants. Can you see the pincher? You see the pinchers right there on him? They're
Yes.
mean. Those ants are mean. Anybody got a question? Yes, Santa.
Is there still evil Indians right now?
Say again.
Is there still Indians that do bad things?
Not that do bad things, no. No, there's none of that anymore. But there are a lot of Indians. There are a lot of Indians in America. Like I told you, I used to know that girl. She was a Blackfoot Indian. And she talked funny because she grew up with the Indians and she had never been off the area where the Indians come from. And when I met her, she was very pretty. And I was in Utah and I met her and she was very pretty and she liked me. So she started talking to me and she would talk like this. Hello, how are you? What are you doing tonight? Would you like to go eat dinner? She talked like this, you know? And at first I'm going, what's up here? What's up here? And then her friend told me, her cousin told me, said, oh, she's never been outside of the area where the Indians live. She's only been with Indians. She's never been around white people before. And I was like, oh, okay. And she was a very nice girl. She was very, very nice. I really liked her. Okay, well, now you ready to get the story started? Now you know the history. Oh, that was terrible, wasn't it? That's nothing. That is nothing. Now comes the bad part of the story.
This is already terrible.
Now comes the terrible part. That wasn't terrible.
My mouth was like, I have nothing to say.
That was horrifying.
Huh?
That was
What?
horrifying.
That was horrifying? That's nothing. Now we get to
What
the horrifying.
happened?
Now we get to the horrifying part of the story. Oh man, we only got 10 minutes left. We have to finish the story tomorrow. Okay, get ready. Get ready. Now, the Donner Party group left from Missouri in the year 1846. They're going to California. They're going to get them some gold. They're going to get them some free land and some gold, and they're going to get rich. That's what they're thinking. Now, to take this trip, you usually had to walk 4 to 6 months. That's a long time, yeah? And you're walking out there and you're thinking, oh my God, I hope the Comanches don't show up. I hope the Indians don't show up. So the Donner Party, they decided, they said, we're going to take a new road. They didn't have a road, a new way there. We're going to go on a new way. And it turned out to be a bad idea. They soon lost many people and many wagons. And the people in the group started to argue. Oh, this is your fault. Why'd you want to go this way? We should have went the other way. Oh, you're stupid. No, you're stupid. Like my sister. Okay. Okay. Now, here's two people from the Donner Party. These were real people from the Donner Party, husband and wife.
Did they survive?
These two, no, they did not. Those two did not. Now, when they were going, they didn't just walk. They had wagons like this, and they would put like their clothes in the wagon, and maybe they'd put some, if they owned any furniture, they would put in the wagon, and the food in the wagon. And at night, they would sleep in the wagon, and they would have horses or oxen, like these are called oxen, would pull the wagon. This is the way they would go. You got to remember, there were no real roads. There was no roads. There were 87 people in this group. 87. Because of the snow, they got trapped in the mountains and could not go forward. Some of the, oh, hold on. Some of the group, hold on. Some of the group went for help, but it took 4 months. 4 months for help to get to them. So they're stuck. Oh, they're stuck out there in the snow, and it's cold, and the snow is like 10 feet deep in some places. 10 feet. I am 6 foot tall, so that's like me and 4 more feet of snow. Can you walk in 10 feet of snow? No, you cannot. You think it's cold out there? They got no houses. They're making little tents out of blankets. The wagons all fell apart. Okay? Out of 87 people, only 47 were now alive. Many had froze to death and starved to death, okay? And the snow is 10 feet deep in some places. And now we get to the good part. Now we get to the fun part. They had nothing to eat. By this time, they were eating the skin of the oxen. And what they would do is they'd take that skin and they'd put it in snow and melt the snow, and they'd try to make a soup or something, and it would be like glue or like jelly. And then they would take the bones from the oxen that had died, and they would boil them over and over 10, 20, 30 times, trying to make soup, but it didn't work.
Please stop this.
Some of the children were so hungry, they ate a rug. And sometimes on a good day, if you were lucky and it was the best day of your life and it was just such a wonderful, lucky, good day, a mouse would come into your tent and you could kill the mouse and eat the mouse.
Worst day.
Mouse sandwich. Sound good?
No.
Cowpack new? How do you say in time?
Nice.
Not
I
at
love
all.
eating rat sandwich.
Rat sandwich. Cowpack rat?
If you eat in the dark, maybe it will taste like beef.
How about ramen rats? It will taste good.
There was no bread. They had no bread. They were hungry. They were starving to death. Get
Why
ready.
don't they eat each other than eat rat?
Who knows this word here? Cannibalism. Who knows what this word means?
I don't remember.
Huh? Cannibalism
Eat people.
means when people eat people.
Oh,
That is cannibalism. Look at Ada. Ada's holding the bear. She's like, save me, save me. Cannibalism is when people eat people. Get ready. Hold on. Get ready. You see where this is going now? You kind of getting an idea what's getting ready to happen?
it's
Huh?
a very nice story. I loved it.
Oh, It
Very
gets worse.
lovely.
You haven't heard the worst part.
Me
Oh,
too.
this is the easy part.
Lovely story.
Lovely story. You
About-
guys always
about-
ask me for stories like this. I can tell you nice
Yes.
easy stories.
Lovely story about a young family going to the tent and eat rats.
Okay, now check this out. We got 3 minutes. I can tell you this, and then we'll have to finish the story tomorrow. At this time, a Mr. Doyle, he said, somebody should volunteer to die so that we can all eat him. Would you volunteer to die? Would you say, oh, I'll die, and then you can all eat me? Would you say that?
Yes.
Sherry says,
Better than
no,
being
no.
starving.
Wawa says, no, I'm not going to volunteer.
At this point in time, I will. At this
I'm not going to
point.
volunteer. So, funny enough, and very strangely, nobody volunteered. Can you believe that?
Yes, I
vol-
do.
Nobody, Mimi said,
Me.
yeah, I believe that.
Me.
I believe that. So
Me,
nobody
I
volunteered. So they had another
I
idea.
volunteer. I volunteer.
Yeah, what? You volunteer? So they got another good idea. Check out this idea. They said, let's have a lottery. And whoever wins the lottery will kill you and eat you. Would you buy a ticket in that lottery?
No.
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 I'd be going, I got no money to buy a ticket. Sorry, I cannot. I'm sorry. But one guy, right about this time, one guy goes crazy. He goes nuts. He goes crazy. And he pulls off all of his clothes. You got to remember. There's snow everywhere. It's freezing cold. He pulls off all his clothes and he runs into the woods. And a couple hours later, he comes back. And he died. What do you think they
And they
did?
eat them.
What do you think they did?
do in the woods?
Huh?
What did he do in the woods?
Nobody knows. He went crazy. He went crazy. If you're sitting around talking about having a lottery or somebody volunteering, this guy, he couldn't take it. He ran off in the woods. He came back. He was very sick. He died. What do you think they did?
Nice story.
Eat him. Eat him.
They ate him. They
Eat
ate
him.
But
him.
don't you think the people will get sick too because he got sick?
Yeah, exactly. They ate
No
him.
How
wonder
does it
thousands of people died.
All right, guys, we got like 1 minute left. You like the story or you don't like the story?
Yes.
I really
Yes,
like the
I really like the story.
When I was writing this story, and my wife was watching me write it, and she's going, "There's no way they're going to want to hear this story. There's no way they're going to."
Someone told me that human meat tastes like salmon.
Tastes like salmon. All right, guys. We will finish the story tomorrow, okay?
Okay.
Bye. Have a good day.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.